What up, y'all? It's your boy Jamar.
And I'm Brianna.
And this is the Safe Word Podcast, Season 2.
Episode 9.
And I am going to start this Safe Word episode with a drink, okay? As you can see, I'm wearing a shirt that is appropriate to the occasion, all right? Liver, you don't know what you're talking about right now. We are in a full-fledged pandemic, and I don't need an excuse to drink at home. So, cheers.
Dranky.
2 shots of vodka.
My goodness, what a year March has been.
No, seriously. I feel like January, we all know that January is a long month, but this month just seems like the longest month ever. Like, it's ridiculous.
Oh my goodness. Before I continue, I do want to shout out my frat brother Mike. He did make this shirt. I will link his Instagram information down below that you guys can see where it is, and I'll put his link in the bio. It has been a crazy month in all seriousness, and I do want to shout out all of the healthcare professionals out there that are really doing their best, like 1,000% that they're giving out to make sure that we are safe at great personal cost themselves, because there are a lot of people who are starting to get affected because they don't have enough personal protection equipment, PPE for anybody who knows the abbreviation, and it is really an opportunity for us to be selfless and not take up all of the supplies that they need, just because we feel as though our 10-minute commute to the store is going to give us an opportunity to get something. They are living with it in the hospital every day, so this is an opportunity for us to be selfless and just leave the supplies to the people who need them. I mean, truly, there's no reason for me, who stays home, who works from home and is in the studio and things like that at home, to be full mask on and gloves on. There's no reason for it.
Right.
So
totally agree.
We have a couple questions for you guys, and we also want to make sure that you guys are following us on Instagram, so make sure and follow below. And we want to know what you guys are doing to occupy your time right now in the crisis. Okay, some of us are thankfully with jobs, or some of us are not with jobs, and we want to know what you guys are doing. Did you pick up a book? Did you pick up weights? Did you pick up a girl?
How would you pick up a girl if you're in the house?
You know. Now, just let us know. Comment below, and let's get that conversation started. So the episode safe word is going to be lightning.
Lightning.
It's grease lightning.
Grease lightning. Oh, grease lightning. I don't know the rest. That's
Go grease lightning, you're burning up a quarter mile.
Grease lightning, oh, grease lightning.
I would continue, but we got a show to do, because I know I love that movie, but I tell you. Babe, you want to start us off with the first question?
Yeah, so the first question is it okay to share your personal business on social media? Everybody knows that one person, or 10 people, that, share just a little bit too much, or maybe it's not too much. Maybe that's just how they are, and they're feeling like they're sharing just enough. Is it okay? Is it not okay? How do you guys feel about it? What you think?
Well, I'm gonna tell you guys how I feel personally. I think it's a mixed bag. I think that there are some opportunities on both sides, but this is a Safe Word podcast, and I don't want to hide my personal opinion just because it may be controversial. So I'm gonna go ahead and say lightning right off the bat. Boom, right off the bat, I'm saying lightning. I don't want to sometimes log into Facebook and see all of your personal drama, like whether it be your baby daddy or your baby mama, or your parents did this, or your doctor told you got crabs or something like that. Like, there's certain things that I just don't want to. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Like, certain things, if you're dealing with like crisis and you need support from your Facebook family, that's one thing, because those things are few and far in between. And even if you're going through a series of things, at least you put it in a way that try to put it in a way that is coming from a sense of looking for solution versus just complaining, because the worst thing that you can do on Facebook is just air out your dirty laundry and complain to the people that are sitting there glad that they're not you. So that's my personal opinion. I really I despise negativity. I consider myself a very optimistic, very positive person. And even when I dwell in negativity, sometimes I try to find a way to bounce right out of it because I don't want to live there. I can visit the negative zone, but I don't want to live there. And not even just necessarily negative stuff that you're posting on social media. There's certain things that you don't want to even put out in the universe. You know, if you were like 2 weeks pregnant, you don't want to put that out there right then and there. You want to wait. If you are about to close on a house, you don't want to put that out there. You want to wait. You know, you want to wait until you actually get the keys to the house. You know? And even then, sometimes people put their personal address by accident on the damn Facebook. You know? Just close on my house, and you see the address right in the background, like, or you see the paperwork that says closure or whatever, and you have the address right there. So, I don't know. I feel as though... No, you won't catch me putting too much personal information, and the stuff that I share in terms of Instagram and social media and whatnot, it may be funny and it may be relatable, but it doesn't mean that it relates specifically to what I'm going through. Sometimes I'm laughing at it and posting it. Sometimes it ain't got nothing to do with me. What you think, babe?
Well, I personally don't share my personal business on social media. Especially Facebook, because I feel like that's really where people share most of their personal, like, out of all the social medias. Like, I think Facebook is probably
your book face.
Yeah, number one. I don't personally do it. I don't really share. The only thing I really share on Facebook is memes, like most of us. But is it okay? If that's how you living, then sure. I feel like everybody to each his own. You know, if you have a Facebook and Facebook you feel like is your outlet and your therapist, I guess, or whatever, you know, then by all means, I'm gonna be here to read all your business, read all through the comments, eat popcorn while I'm doing it. That's just, I'm that person. But yeah, you won't catch me personally doing it. But I mean, I feel like, cool. I mean, sure, it's okay, I guess. Like, you know, it's entertaining for me, almost like a reality show.
You know, I really just want to know, like, why do we feel like venting on social media about our problems is going to make them go away, or is going to make other people all of a sudden become like psychotherapists? Like, a lot of these people, like I said earlier, are sitting here watching you with popcorn in their hands, thanking God that they don't have your problems, or happy that you have those problems. Like, a lot of times we think that all of our people on Facebook are our friends. They're not all our friends. Like, your mom and dad would say back in the day, you know, you thought this person was your best friend. They were like, nope, that's not for you, and you didn't see it.
Yeah.
You know, until, you know, a couple years later, you realize, dang, mom saw something in that person that I didn't see at the time. So I say that just because I know there's a lot of, on my personal Facebook, there's a lot of issues with people's lives, and they go through some things, and rather than seek professional help or like confide in the inner circle, they take their problems to the streets, the Facebook streets, the streets.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because I guess I can't say I know for sure because I don't put my business out on social media. I consider myself a very private person. I guess maybe it makes them feel better, and if it makes you feel better at the end of the day, do what makes you feel better. But just keep in mind, as you're, you know, taking certain actions and putting certain things out there, that the people that are watching and liking and commenting aren't necessarily for you. So if it were me, I would take my problems to Jesus. That's just me. Take it to the Lord. Hallelujah.
Okay, Medea. But what do you guys think? How do you feel? Do you think it's okay, like me? Or, you know, are you the one sitting there watching and reading through all the comments and all that stuff? Or are you like Jamar over here where you think it's not necessary? What do you think? Let us know.
Let us know in the comments down below. For sure. You know?
I was trying to think of one and I couldn't. Dang. Okay. Let's move on to the next question.
Let's move on to the next question, as she said. I don't know why I just repeated you, but it's all good. How many of these did I have? I don't know. Shut up, liver. You're fine. So, question number 2, número 2, is how do you feel about code switching? It's a question, but it's an open-ended question. How do you feel about code switching? And for those of you who don't know what code switching is pretty much switching your verbiage, your word choice, your vocabulary, depending on where you're at or who you're around. Like, for example, something that I hate when people say, but, oh, you're talking so white or you're talking so black. It's someone who talks a certain way when they're comfortable or when they're in their familial settings, and then when they're at work or out and about, they talk differently. What do you think? How do you feel about it?
I feel like some might say that that's fake and you're not being your true self. And I feel like I was one of those people that would probably say that at some point, but I noticed that I do it as well unintentionally. Like if I'm around a certain group of friends, I speak a certain way, and if I'm around another group of friends, then I, like, for instance, at work, like my work friends, I don't speak to them the same way as I do my girlfriends from like back home. You know what I mean? So I feel like different races kind of play a gender in that. Like if you're around a different race or maybe a different gender too, I don't know, I feel like that also plays a part in it as well, at least for me. So I actually do code switch, not a lot, but a little bit. And I actually, like, when I catch myself doing it, I try not to, because I feel like it's kind of fake. But I do it unintentionally. So what was the question? Is it okay?
How do you feel about it?
How do you feel? I mean, I personally feel like it's kind of fake. I feel like you should be true to yourself. But it's kind of hypocritical for me to say that because I do kind of do it unintentionally. So
I was just about to say, didn't you just say that you used to think that way, but now you do it?
I didn't say that now I don't think that way. Like I still feel like it's kind of fake, but I noticed that I do it unintentionally. So yeah, I guess I'm unintentionally being fake.
You fake it? Well, I personally don't think there's anything wrong with it. And it depends on I guess how you're doing it. Code switching in its truest sense, there's nothing wrong with it. Now, being fake and phony, like and being, being normal around your friends and family, and then being like all chipper and a whole different dynamic than the one that you're known for, that's fake and it's phony, and I don't appreciate it. But code switching, I believe, is essential to be successful in life. You have to be able to be versatile. And me, priding myself on being a social chameleon, which is also the name of my album that's out right now. Just make sure you guys know. Go ahead and download that right now while you're listening to quarantine songs. Being a chameleon, one of my specialties is being able to code switch. I could talk to people from the islands, and I could relate to them a certain way. I could talk to people in the workplace and be professional plus, because I'm always professional, but being professional plus in the sense of knowing the right vernacular to use, the right examples, and making sure that I speak with a certain dialect and diction. And then when I'm at home and especially around my family, where most of my family is from New York, like where I'm from, like I always tell people that I was born in Brooklyn, but I was raised in Miami, but it's like we took a piece of Brooklyn, like a piece of the whole land, and we just transplanted down to Florida. So a lot of times when I'm around New Yorkers, or if I'm on the microphone DJing or whatever, my accent will come out, and it's strange to some people. But and some, as a matter of fact, I've had people be like, well, I don't understand. How are you from, you were raised in Florida, but you have an accent? And I try to tell people that it's just from being able to adapt to other styles of speaking and other, I don't want to say cultures. Culture's not the word I'm looking for. Just other places, other placements. So, like I said, when I'm at work, I speak a certain way, and I have a certain set of verbiage that I use. When I'm relaxed and I'm with my friends, I speak another way. And when I'm out and about and I'm like meeting people, like let's say for business, whether it be DJing or music or whatever, I speak another way. And I feel like it allows me to be versatile while still being true to myself, because I speak different ways, but I don't act differently, if that makes sense. Like I'm not gonna sit here at work and be like, just like uppity, and then when I'm at home, I'm like relax and chill. You know what I mean? So I think as long as you're true to yourself while you are changing up based off of who you're talking to, there's nothing wrong with it. And that's me.
Well said.
Mm-hmm.
Well said.
Does that help you to be a little bit more comfortable with being versatile now?
No. I still think it's fake.
So I'm fake to you?
Yes, I tell you this all the time.
She really does. You know what? She really does tell me that I'm fake all the time, and I really don't understand it, because I feel like I should be able to be. I should. You don't put me in a box. You know what I mean? Like, just because I may not react to everything the way that you would expect me to, doesn't mean that I gotta be one dimensional. Allow me to be a peacock. Let me fly.
I am a peacock! You gotta let me fly!
Peacocks don't even fly.
You guys clearly have never seen that movie. If you never seen that movie, the other guys, huh?
No.
I'm a peacock. You gotta let me fly. Anyway, I just really feel like there's no reason why you cannot be versatile.
Is that what you call it? Versatility?
Versatility.
He calls it versatility. I call it fake.
Well, it's not my fault that you're one-dimensional and is a one
Technically,
size fits
I'm
all
not,
for
because
you.
I do it too, but
Well, then
I
why
guess
do you hate yourself so much?
I don't hate myself. I just shut up. I feel like the way I do it, it's very like minimal compared to you.
In what way? Please elaborate. How so?
I just feel like I don't code switch as much as you do. Maybe also because I don't know as many people, and I'm not a social butterfly, and I'm not as extroverted. So maybe that's why. But
definitely, because that's another thing. When you know a large amount of different groups of people. When I was in school, from elementary school, I was the type of person that I sit at every lunch table. I sat with the jocks. I sat with the band nerds. I sat with the chess people. I sat with the freaking music people, and I was cool with everybody.
Myself.
Ain't that sad? That's just sad.
I was one of those little kids that sat by themselves.
Hence why you see a problem with code switching. I rest my case. Thanks for making that easy for me. What do you guys think? Because, clearly we're just two people. Do you feel as though you're more inclined to believe what Brianna's saying, or do you lie more on my side? Or do you have your own side that we have not represented yet? So go ahead and comment in the comment section below. Send us emails if you don't want to be, all up on Front Street, even though you can do it anonymously on YouTube. But we want to see what you guys feel and what you think about what we're talking about. Listen, we're in Corona crisis right now. Mm-hmm. It's not like we can go anywhere.
Right, y'all got plenty of time to think.
You got time today, okay? You got plenty of time to comment and to let us know what you think about these topics. And also, while we're at it, you have time to go back and watch all the episodes you may have missed, or rewatch your favorite episodes of our lovely podcast.
Or you have time to let us know what you want us to talk about too. Mm-hmm. You can give us some ideas, some controversial topics, or just regular table topics, stuff that you want to see us talk about, stuff that you're interested in. You can also comment and let us know that way too. Absolutely.
As always, we really appreciate you. I can't talk tonight. Wow. As always, we appreciate y'all. We really appreciate you guys for always tuning in and consistently giving us positive energy. And we are going to toast to the safe space.
Ding. Oh.
So you're not going to give them...
I didn't know that we were doing all of that. I sorry.
Well, next week is our season finale.
Oh, yes, it is.
And we will try to make that a super amazing episode for you guys.
Yep.
And until next time, we salute you.